Hi, this is Matt from Lamination. Today I'm going to run through another different setup on the 650. This one's for encapsulating. So encapsulating is basically, most people know it as mostly known probably as pouches that go through pouch machines like you have in your little desktop office. From what we're going to do here is do encapsulating basically roll to roll. So it's a continuous form of encapsulation used for menus, SOPs, maps, charts, posters, and this little machine here will do right up to A1 size charts, posters, and everything encapsulated. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove what I don't need, which is only this top mandrel, and then my next step is to remove my film mandrel. So I'll line up my key, remove the film mandrel. I've got a lot of different rolls down here, but all set up down here on our little holder. So get my key lined up, and then this film I'm looking at, it's basically 320 wide, so I'm looking to set it up at around the 16 mark on both sides, which adds up to 32 centimeters, which is the width of this film. That makes sure I'm in the center of the machine. And basically what I'm going to do, because this tape is a little bit sticky, is I'm going to discard the first bit with the tape on it, because apart from having the tape that might leave a mark on my rollers, this is also dirty and dusty. So if we get rid of just that little strip of film before we start, we've got brand new nice fresh film to start with. So very similar setup to the cellar glaze setup. Actually identical, but just with a heavier weight film. So this is an 80 micron film. So what we're looking at here is I've come under my idle bar and then over the front of the machine. You'll see, same as the other film, it gets sticky and goes clear once it has heat acted to it. The next step from there is to fold my feed tray back, line my key up, remove my bottom mandrel. I've got another matching roll here. So our mandrels, basically, if you slide them straight in and out, they'll slide. As soon as I rotate it, I can't move it. So the trick is just get them in nice and straight and I'll go through. And then once the machine starts rotating, it will basically lock the job onto the core. So there's our bottom roll in. So basically I'm going to line that up with my 16 mark again over here. I'm going to remove that tape, and there's still some sticky tape and stuff on here, so I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the top. I'm going to cut off that first piece of film. So I've got nice, clean, fresh film with no tape and no marks on it. So then I'm going to bring that up to the top web, and same thing happens. It starts to go clear and it sticks to the other web. So now I've got one continuous web of film. I'm then going to fold my feed tray forward and get a waste sheet again. So because this is thermal, I'm just going to cut a little bit smaller sheet because we don't need to as big a sheet, because this film is a lot thicker than other films. So basically I push that through. That's taken both my rolls through the machine. I come to the side, lock it down so the rollers are shut. Hit my auto button, and then basically my film's now travelling through the machine with the card guiding it. So I just want to make sure it goes through our guide tray at the back. And we're now pretty much set up to encapsulate. So usually what a common misconception with encapsulation is, if you don't have an edge around it that falls off. That's not true. It actually sticks to the job, but a lot of these thicker films are usually used on finished sized items. So what I'll do is I'll set my guides, bring my guide in here, and unlike our cello, we want this to be inside the film area, so we end up with a bit of extra film on each side, and that's going to give us a sealed edge. So basically, once I've set my guide up, I can start feeding my sheets through. Depending on how much of an edge you want on your encapsulating is pretty much how much gap you leave between each sheet. And as we move around the back, you'll see it coming out in one continuous length. So what I'll do now is I'll come around to the back. You see that's a really nice matte finish, which a lot of the polyesters are very sort of high-end, high-grade finish. Adds a lot of feel and like value to the actual sheet you're doing. So what I'll do, I'll cut off that first one that's come out. I'll stop the machine there. So we'll have a little bit of a closer look at that. So that's encapsulated, which means it has a film edge all the way around it. So what I'll do is I'm going to sneak off for about 20 seconds and come back and show you what it looks like trimmed. So I'm back with the sheet. So all I've done is trim this with about a 4mm selvage around the edge of it. So now what that gives you with encapsulation, a lot of your menus are done like this. Your SOPs, stuff on the wall, stuff that you don't want to be tampered with or basically manipulated in any way. The gloss versions of this film are right on wipe off, so you can use them like a whiteboard. And now it is also waterproof. So basically that's your encapsulation, and you'll find a lot of restaurants and menus still use it. You'll find them stuck on the walls in hospitals and everything like that, and you'll even find some user manuals done with covers like this so they can take them out in the field and they'll remain waterproof. So that pretty much wraps up our encapsulation demo. So it's really just like normal laminating but thicker, and we can provide a sealed edge on it. Thank you for watching.